thanks to the support as a channel member, Muxibit. We are making hard work of this Champions League qualification this year. We are in an FA Cup semi-final. Hello and welcome to part 133 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two Premier League games for you. We're away against Swansea and at home against Birmingham. Since you were last with me, we've played quite a lot of matches and done quite well in them. The only one we've lost is against Tottenham. In fact, we haven't lost. That's the only game we've lost this calendar year. But there are a couple of frustrating draws in here that are just leading to the overall frustration. The Reading draw, the Stoke draw, they're both games we probably should have won. And it means the combination of those and the terrible start we had to the season mean that with 7 games remaining, we're still just outside the Champions League spots. 5th place, 1 point behind Burnley. We do play Burnley in the league. We also play them in the semi-final of the FA Cup. But Tottenham seem to have charged past us, and I think it's looking like probably a 3-way race between Burnley, us and West Ham for the final Champions League spot. As you can see, Gomez is still top scorer in the league. Sernajaki, still best player in the league. But it's not all good news because we've had another long-term injury to Lee Cook, this time a torn groin, which was initially a 3-month injury. The more he accumulates injuries, the more I worry about him. I think he's a very good player. He's now got 4 caps and 2 goals for England. He's still only 20. He's got to stop picking up major injuries, though. He signed for us 18 months ago, and this is his 4th major injury in that time. He's had a broken foot, a broken ankle, a groin strain, and now a torn groin muscle. It's problematic. We're also continuing to have to manage Sernajaki's fitness because he's picking up lots of little knocks here and there. There's been nothing to keep him out for any reasonable length of time yet, but considering they're the injuries that kept him out at the end of last season, so everything after that is what's happened this year. He's already had tight calf, bruised shin, tight thigh, tight groin, and he, of course, has his recurring groin and thigh issues. So we're trying to actively manage him. But he's playing a lot of football for someone who's being actively managed because he's having the season of his life. And it's really hard to have the discipline to rest him. I'm struggling with it. So this is a team that's going out to face Swansea. It is a must-win game if we're serious about making it into the Champions League. Both of these are. And hopefully we can take a little bit step closer to a return to Europe today. We're going with Bakita in goal, a back four of Giladucci, Da Silva, Diaz and Arango, Sarmiento and Steinman in midfield, Ricardo, Ariel and Sernajaki behind Gomez up front. Let's get into the game. Let's hopefully score many goals. And, you know, like I say, take a step closer towards a return to the Champions League, which the longer things go on, and I know I've said it a lot this season, I am convinced the only way we keep our top players is to be playing at the top level, both in terms of they'll want to leave if we're not playing in the Champions League because they'll want to play in the Champions League, but also I don't think we can afford to turn down 100 million for Sernajaki if we miss out on the Champions League for a second year in a row. We're currently £125 million in debt, projected to be £300 million in debt by the end of next season. We need that Champions League money back. So, yeah, very important football match. As you can see, as it stands, this would put us above Burnley, but of course leave them with a game in hand. So it's very important that we grab goals, and early goals would be nice. Gomez hits the inside of the post, but just doesn't get that little bit of luck that sees the ball end up over the line. And it stays 0-0. Half an hour on the clock now. That's still the only highlight of the first half. And we need to grab a goal. Diaz with the throw, looking for Sernajaki, but he's not there. Where's Sernajaki? Steinman plays it all the way across to Sarmiento, who stayed forward from the set piece. And there's Sernajaki. And there's his 20th goal of the season. That man is going to outscore Gomez at this rate. Imagine if Sernajaki is the player who dislodges Gomez as Golden Boot winner after 3 years of domination for Gomez. It's the man who helped put him there who says, yeah, actually, I've decided I don't need you anymore. I can do it all on my own now because I'm this version of the future's new Cristiano Ronaldo. And the longer my career goes on, the more I just start scoring goals for fun. I'm enjoying him. I just need to work out how to keep him fit. So we're going to Guard against complacency for this second half. Look at the difference a win here makes, by the way. Propels us all the way up to second place. Arsenal have pretty much got the league wrapped up. 11 points clear with a game in hand. No one's catching Arsenal. But another second place finish would be huge for us, because not only does it, of course, mean Champions League, which is important. It's more prize money, which is important. But also means a direct route through to the group stages of the Champions League, which is very, very important for a manager who's trying to manage the fitness of his players and doesn't need extra games like Champions League qualifiers. Right, corner for Swansea. De Silva heads clear, but not to a Bourne player. So we need to get a second tackle in here and get a bit of a break on, which we haven't managed to do, although the highlight has just kind of petered out and we don't need to worry about it anymore. And now we can have a look at our bench. And we probably need to take off Jackie because, again, managing his fitness down to 73%. We don't want to risk him dropping below 70% condition, because we can't afford an injury to him. We've already lost Cook. If we were to lose Jackie to an injury now, then we don't stand a chance for the rest of the season. That's Champions League and potentially FA Cup plans over if we lose Jackie, because he's been so important to this team all year long. Let's make a final change. Who else is tiring? So we are playing a lot of football at the moment. Steinman's getting tired, so Mira can come on for him, which allows us to push Sarmiento a little bit further forward, the way they always used to work together in the midfield. I like it when Mira gets to come in. He doesn't get to play very often anymore, but when he does, I always enjoy it. And it looks like we should be able to hold on. Bellico with the in-swinging free kick, looking for De Silva. In fact, it's Diaz who emerged at the far post as the receiver of the free kick. Luckily, it doesn't matter that he missed it, because we have managed to pull off the win. But we made hard work of it. We've told them as much, and it's fired them up, which is a good thing. That league table looks a lot better now than it did 10 minutes ago. So just the one change for the Birmingham game, then Regulus comes in at left back, with Giladucci dropping down to the bench, partly as in the interest of resting him, because he's one of many players down to like 95, 96% conditioning. But the main priority is because without Cook further forward, Ricardo cuts inside. So Regulus is going to stay wider, whereas with Ricardo cutting in and Giladucci as an inverted wing-back cutting in, we've kind of got two players here and we're losing out on some of that width on the left-hand side that Regulus can give us. So theoretically, this should be a more balanced attack on that left-hand side, I think. I mean, I'm not a tactical expert, but to me, that seems logical. Right, let's... we want to pick... No, we don't want to pick up where we left off. We were rubbish in the last game. We can potentially move... See, I don't want to put that pressure on. We should win this one fairly comfortably. No, a team such as ours, assertively, a team such as ours should be winning this game without too much of a problem at all. That works for me. Right, so since the last game, Liverpool have played and leapfrogged us. But a win here puts us back over them again. It's actually Tottenham who've been pushed out of the top four as it stands, and Jackie's in. And there's goal number 21 of the season for Jackie. And he is having a lovely time. What a player Mitar Jackie is. Still only 23 years old. He is single-handedly trying to drag us back into the Champions League because he loves Bourne. He wants to stay. He doesn't want to have to go to Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich or any of these massive clubs. He doesn't want to have to do that. He wants to stay in Bourne. He loves Lincolnshire. He loves... I mean, what's Lincolnshire got? Sausages. We have sausages in Lincolnshire. That's pretty much what we're known for. Sausage. He loves a Lincolnshire sausage, does Jackie. Which is why, how much Lincolnshire sausage do you get in Barcelona? Not a lot is the answer to that question. I'll answer it for you. I've been there. Not a lot of Lincolnshire sausage. Sausages in Spain are weird. They're not like what we have around these parts. Right, Regulus. Charging down the left-hand side. This is what we were looking for. Tried to slide it into the path of Ricardo and missed him. So that kind of ruined my plan a little bit. But Ariel intercepts nicely. Gomez is there. And there is goal 22 of the season for Gomez. I don't know what's going on with my hands. But Gomez... how often do you see Christian Gomez score a goal like that? Not to be outdone by Jackie. We've had the elite world-class player score the little tap-in, and the guy that nobody wants but keeps scoring goals doing the fancy screamer from miles out, because they're just both great. Have I ever had a better front two than Gomez and Jackie? Ever. Name a better strike partnership. And I know Sernajaki plays on that right wing, but he's playing out there as an inside forward. He's basically Gomez's strike partner. I'm thinking way back in Non-Need to Legend, we had Thierry Ambrose and Keziah Sterling. They were pretty good together. Name a better partnership that we've had, though. Then I think Gomez and Sernajaki are better than them. I think Gomez and Sernajaki, that's our best partnership we've ever had in any series. Tell me I'm wrong. You won't be able to. Look at the state of them. They've got nearly 50 goals between them this year for Bourne. And this is their 4th year in a row doing it. They must have scored between them 150 goals in the last 4 years since arriving for a combined less than 10 million, probably. I think Sernajaki was 4.4 million. Gomez was about 5.25, I think. So for less than 10 million for the pair, we've had 150 Premier League goals in 4 years. Not only the best partnership we've ever had, probably the best piece of business we've ever done. Absolutely ridiculous, those two. They're both my heroes. They both deserve knighthoods. They'll probably both get them eventually, but not yet. And there's Sernajaki down to Gomez, his second of the game, our third of the game. What looks better than a Gomez goal with a Sernajaki assist? It's happened so very many times. Sernajaki doing excellent work again. More proof that they're a strike partnership. Because look where Sernajaki is there. He's up alongside Gomez, nodding down to him. It's your big man, little man strike partnership. We've just got the big man out wide. And it's 3-1 to Bourne. Where are Birmingham in the league? Nobody knows. Sernajaki now with a corner. It's an in-swinger, aiming for that far post where former Bourne man James Keane is hovering and actually wins the header against Da Silva. Diaz picking up the loose ball eventually. Doesn't really know what to do with it. Plays it back to Arango, which was probably the best move, and he just launches it all the way back to Bakita so that we can try and build again from the back through Da Silva, who's made it all the way back into position. Finds Sarmiento. Sarmiento has time to turn, look up, plan his next move, plays it into the path of Ricardo, who should have Regulus on the overlap. We were talking about that plan before. He's certainly not back here. We should have given it to him on the overlap because this looks dangerous, and it's led to a goal. So I think that's probably your confirmation that it was pretty dangerous. It's 3-2 now to Bourne, and my watch won't stop vibrating. What is going on? I'll worry about that in a minute. It's just constantly vibrating. Right. 3-2. I need to deal with my watch. It will not stop. Right, that's that dealt with. Goodness me. Right. my watch was just... It's now on Do Not Disturb. Don't worry. Hopefully you couldn't hear it, but it was so distracting feeling it. Right, don't get complacent. At 3-2 up, I don't know how good Birmingham are. Birmingham are down in 13th place. Throw looking for Ricardo. It ends up falling to Ariel, who's done quite well to keep hold of the ball under a lot of pressure from the Birmingham defender. Finds Gomez, and there's his hat-trick. Number 24 for the season for Gomez. Nobody knows why he's lurking out wide there, but he doesn't need a second chance to just toe poke it into that far corner. Christian Gomez is having one of those days where everything he touches is going to turn into a goal. This is lovely stuff from Gomez. Look at the position he's gotten himself in there. Completely unmarked and just willing to shoot with his first touch. Lovely stuff. That is a golden boot striker that you've just seen right there. And he's got it wrapped up again. 4 years in a row, Gomez is going to win the golden boot. His first 4 years in the Premier League, he finishes top scorer. At what point do we start referring to him as the greatest striker in the history of the Premier League? I know he's not got to 100 Premier League goals yet or any of that kind of stuff, but he must be... what's his total? He must be on course to be one of the fastest to 100 goals there's ever been with the goal record that he's got. We'll have a look in a minute and see how many Premier League goals he's scored, because he might not be a million miles away. If he's getting 20, 25 goals a season for his golden boot, he must be within 10 goals of getting to 100 goals now. What's the fastest anyone's ever got to 100 Premier League goals? Gomez might be about to break that record at the start of next season. Right, Giladucci is going to come on for Arango. Ricardo replaced by Gervin. How is Sernajaki's fitness doing? In fact, in light of Sarmiento being injured, we're going to bring Mira on to play there. He can become playmaker, and we're not going to make the final change yet because we'll just keep an eye on Sernajaki, because there's no reason to leave him on. If that fitness drops to 70, there's no reason to keep him on the pitch. Let's just take this game's already won. Let's take him off, get Bellico on, and just continue to protect him. Ricardo's in here, looking for number 5. Couldn't quite convert it. Cernajacki with another corner. It's going to fall to Steinman at the end of this highlight. We're going to take Cernajacki off. He might score with his last touch. This is brilliant from Cernajacki. He has scored with his last touch. It's now Bourne 5, Birmingham 2. I know it's always painful bringing a man off when he's on 2 goals, but he needs to stay fit more than he needs a 23rd goal or a hat-trick, because, I mean, I think it's been pretty clear today just how important both him and Gomez are to the success of this football club. So 3 goals to the good. Let's get Bellico on. Job done for you today, Mitar. Job done once again. And that is going to leave us with 5 games remaining, second in the league. And start. What has gone on here? Penalty, is it? See, if Cernajacki had still been on the pitch, he finishes his hat-trick off here. So it's a bit of a shame that he's not there to do it. But I guess Gomez has got the chance to make it number 4 for the day. And he misses a lot of penalties, Christian Gomez. After saying that everything he touches turns to goals, he's now managed to miss a penalty, which he wouldn't have taken. If Cernajacki's on the pitch, Cernajacki takes it, not just because he's on a hat-trick, but because he's our penalty taker. Gomez doesn't have quite the same record from the spot as the main man does. So, good win today. Well done, boys. Let's see how many Premier League goals Gomez has now. So, Sarmiento's going to be out for a couple of days. Cernajacki is having a lovely time. Gomez is having an even more lovely time. So, for the season, he's up to 22. Cernajacki's the second top scorer in the Premier League now. What a beautiful sight that is. That is absolutely stunning. If we go to club info, go to records. So Christian Gomez now has 91 Premier League goals. We're going to have to work out manually how many games he's played. So 35. So what's that? 38, 68, 72, 102, 104. So he's played 134 games. What's the fastest anyone's got to 100 Premier League goals? Because I reckon he'll do it before 150 games. Has anyone ever done 100 goals in less than 150 games? Let me know down in the comments. And if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.